back in with another episode of Love After Lockup. And I noticed this episode, all of the people that was on this episode, because we didn't see Brittany and Andy, and we didn't see Asante and Renika. So everybody that we saw on this episode, I'm team the man. Like the men making the most sense on this series, on this episode. From Key Rock to Mikey to Anthony, of course, Anthony, to Louis, and low key even Red, even though he up to no good, but he making sense too. It's the women that are scheming or conniving or manipulative on this daggone series, on this episode. Shoot, really, yeah, the whole thing. So let's get started. We're gonna start with Brittany and Key Rock. So the episode starts off. Excuse me. So the episode, their story starts off on this episode rather, with them talking about hormones and how Key Rock started transitioning in jail because being a warden of the state, his health care was free. So they had to pay for his hormones, and he went, down to medical in the jail and to get his shots every week to get his testosterone for transitioning. But now that he is out, he don't have his medical records from the jail. He probably don't know like his dosage and information and what exactly he was taking. Like he knew he was taking his testosterone, but he didn't know the specifics. So he said they had to jump through hoops to get his medicine on the outside world, basically. So he has the testosterone and he's trying to, get it in the needle, getting the medicine in the needle. And Brittany administers his shot. And so he was talking about how, it's basically he would get the shot once a week. He would get the shot once a week, but it was a few days late. I think he said 72 hours since he was supposed to have his shot. So 2 hours later, they show him in the bathroom, baby. He is sweating down. And he's just telling Brittany, I don't feel good. I don't feel good. She's like, do you want to go to the hospital? He's like, nah, I just want to go to sleep, but I don't feel good. So they wake up in the morning. He's much better, like nothing happened. Brittany's in there cooking breakfast. And he's saying, maybe I think that we should just start going to the doctor and having the doctor administer the shot. And she kind of feels offended, like, oh, so you're saying it's my fault? He was like, no, I didn't say that. And she just kind of continues cooking breakfast. And then she's like, well, I want to put hair school on pause. And he's like, I just feel like you need to go ahead and finish it out. I don't already paid for it, and you didn't already start going, so that's wasted money and hours where you could just go ahead and finish. But she don't want to go because she wants to be available to take care of him. As if A, he don't have a mama living in the same house y'all in, and B, he grown. Ain't Key Rock older than Brittany? Like, by just a couple years. But like he grown, he know what to do. He don't need you to be at his beck and call so that you can have an excuse to not go to hair school. It was just really retarded. I'm supposed to say that word when I get flagged for that word. But yeah, it was just really crazy for her to use that as an excuse. And Key Rock is in a confessional talking about, I had a sugar mama when I was locked up, and she used to send me money, and that's how I paid for Brittany's hair school. I'm like, you better use your sugar mama money to pay for your wife's hair school journey or whatever. So he's very much annoyed that she's trying to put hair school on pause. But she is dead set on just wanting to sit under him and take care of him. Talking about, well, you gonna be calling me, asking me about the appointments all day, and you gonna be doing this, you gonna be doing that. He was like, we could work that out. Like, that ain't no reason to just quit school. I'm not quitting, I'm just putting it on pause. So he drives her up to the hair school so she can talk to the people. And the instructor is like, girl, you just come when you want to, huh? You just come when you want to. She was like, well, that's why I'm here. And she tells them that she's putting, school on pause. And as she's talking to them and telling them, well, I just want to be available to him. I don't want to be here all day, and I only see him 20 minutes out the day. He's just been in jail for 7 years, and he has to get adjusted, yada, yada, yada. One of the other girls, one of the other students, she just starts crying, and they're like, ooh, what's happening? And she was triggered because she's like, I'm 40 years old, and I have 4 kids. I could have finished my cosmetology school license in high school, but I didn't. So when I see you, a young 22-year-old, putting your life on hold for somebody, it triggers me. Like, you just need to go ahead and finish this out or whatever. And they telling her the same thing Key Rock done told her, but she is just set on, no, I have to be there to take care of him. So if I work and I make some money, by the time I get done with school, I can get my own little salon booth or whatever, and I can build up my clientele in the process, yada, yada, yada. And then the lady was like, well, if you need money, you need to be trying to do this. How much you think I make on a good day? Brittany said, I don't know, like 800. She said $3,000. I make $3,000 on a good day. So don't think that you can't make money through here. But Brittany is set on stand up on the Key Rock, y'all. So while she's in there having that conversation, we see Key Rock outside on the phone, and he is calling some business to talk to this guy that he met while he was in prison. I guess he came to speak to them after they got their HVAC certification, and he's calling about a job. I was like, come on, Key Rock, you better. So he had got certified in jail, and I guess was doing work in the jail, because he said he got 2 years experience. And they're like, oh yeah, definitely, we want you to come up here and meet to see what, exactly we have available for you. So my thing is like, Brittany, you leaving school to try to take care of and run up after Key Rock. Key Rock finna be at work. Key Rock finna be at work, baby. So she gets back in the car, and she was like, yeah, they was telling me the same thing that she was telling me and everything, but I just gotta get myself right, and I gotta do this and I gotta do this. I'm not right spiritually. I don't even pray like I used to. Key Rock said, what? So now you bringing God in this? And I'm with Key Rock, because all that conversation in the kitchen while you was cooking breakfast, you ain't say nothing about being wrong, not being right spiritually, or needing your spiritual healing, or needing to pray. You ain't say nothing about that. But now you got to get yourself right spiritually. So he's just looking at her like, girl, whatever. I'm not even finna do this with you. So while they in the car, her homegirl calls, and her homegirl is like a couple cities away. So the homegirl says she gonna be where she live at or whatever. She gonna be out there to visit Brittany. Oh yeah, girl, we need to do brunch. We gotta get real cute. Make it a girl's day. Get real cute. We need to do some TikToks and stuff. I need to do more on my TikTok. So yeah, we need to do this. Yeah, girl, we're gonna get cute. We gotta get cute. And Key Rock like, oh, okay, so you break up with school just to be out with your which was not a direct correlation, but I could see where, that would annoy him. Like, I done wasted my money on sending you to school for you to drop out, and you just want to hang with your friends whenever you want to. Calm down, Key Rock. Yes, she wants to go to brunch with her friend. It's fine, but yeah, I still see him being annoyed. Like I said, I'm Team Key Rock right now. Right now, I don't know what happens in the future, but right now, I'm Team Key Rock. He just really want what's best for Brittany, and Brittany is just out here like floating through the wind, like anything, just everything, girl. To be 22 with somebody to take care of you, cause she ain't gotta pay no bills. That's nothing. You staying in his mama house. I'm sure she ain't got you paying on no mortgage or nothing like that. So for you to act like you gotta get money, get money. But I guess she's thinking Key Rock wants that chest surgery, so they gotta pay for that, and she still wants to have IVF, even though Key Rock ain't worried about no kids right now. So she's trying to get money for all this, etc. stuff that really, really isn't of concern right now. Like, girl, go finish school. So like I said, no Brittany and Andy this episode. No Asante and Renika. So next we see Anthony and Sheree. So we see Sheree getting ready to get ready. His party is that night, so she's getting her hair and makeup done. Her friend, I guess her friend come from out of town. Her cousin comes, and they all at the house with her getting ready. She's trying to call him, but he not picking up. So she's being like so extra, y'all, because it's like we know that he with his mama, right? And he always with his mama. Between Sheree and his mama, that man can't do nothing else. So it's like, girl, relax. So she's getting super annoying. The friends and stuff is just kind of laughing at her like, girl, you are so extra. He finally gets home and, he got a shower or whatever. And they was just being so extra, I feel like. They was being so extra. The friend gets up and greets him. Hey, I'm such and such, da da da. And he's like, okay, hey, this, that, and the third. And Sheree's like, you ain't gonna speak to my cousin? You ain't gonna speak to my cousin? He's like, who is that? Like, I'm supposed to just automatically know these people. And she's like, that's Juju. And he speak or whatever. Juju just kind of sitting there like, hey, okay, whatever. So they get ready. They leave. They go to the party. I can't tell if it's like a little club or like not a club, but like a little lounge. Or maybe she rented out a little event space or whatever. So she's like, tell him to bring the bottles. Tell him to bring the bottles. He's like, I ain't finna drink. I don't feel like drinking. I don't want to drink. And he's just like, it's all her people here. It's all her people here. I don't know where my friends and where ain't none of my people here. She's like, yeah, where are your friends? I only see one friend here. I only see one person. Where are your friends? So Sheree like, you told your people. I told your people that I know. It ain't my fault your friends ain't here. And so at this point, they see Sheree's baby daddy, Big Rich. And he comes over. He's very respectful when he speaks. Welcome home. Nice to meet you. This, that, and the third. So he takes him. Let's step outside. Let's talk for a minute. And he came off a little bit abrasive to Rich to me. But I guess that's just that New York Anthony type of attitude. He's very nonchalant but direct at the same time. So he like, we ain't friends. We ain't never gonna be friends. But I don't want you to be trying to interfere in my relationship. This, that, and the third. Da 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 da. And Rich is like, I ain't worried about y'all relationship. Y'all can do whatever it is that y'all do. I'm just, here for my son, and I want to meet the man that's gonna be around my son clearly more than I'm around him because you with his mama. So you gonna be there, and clearly my son loves you and adores you or whatever. So everything's straight by me. And Anthony is just like, yeah, I love your son like he my son. So I'm glad that we got that clear, and it's gonna be respect on both ends. And Rich, like, respect is earned, but yeah, I feel you. No harm, no foul. We out here to make sure little Rich got the best environment to grow up in. And so they dap it up or whatever. Sheree comes out there and she's just like, I am so glad that my fiance and my baby daddy can get along for the sake of my kid. This is beautiful. This is amazing. And it is. I love that for them. Her and little Richie. So next, he's like, okay, now I'm just focused on what I need to do. And I need to do what I need to do before my curfew, and we got to get up out of here. Which is proposed, y'all. So he gets up and does his little speech, and he's like, yeah, so we actually not married yet, but I say she my wife, but I'm ready to make it official. And he proposes. And the family, both sides of the family, they are so mad. They are so mad that they lied to them. Oh, y'all lied to us, and it's this and that, and why would y'all say y'all married if y'all ain't married, and da-da-da. Yes, it's goofy of her to make a whole marriage certificate and act like they was married when they really wasn't. But it's just so not that deep to be that mad over. They're together. It ain't like nobody cheated. It ain't like they've been deceitful to each other. So for us to be that mad about their relationship, it was just kind of like, I guess. And I tried to put myself in their shoes. Like if my cousin told me, or my sister or my brother told me that he was married and I found out he really wasn't, would I really get that mad? And I really don't think I would, y'all. It just seemed kind of goofy to me. So I'm Team Anthony. Again, Team the men. Because Anthony's very level-headed. Sheree the one that's always trying to wild out, just a firecracker for no daggone reason. But he love it. She remind him of his mama probably because his mama is Queen Pop Off too. So that's what he used to. He get on in line and they shall be happily ever after, I suppose. So next we see Chelsea and Mikey. Chelsea be getting on my nerve too, y'all. And I get she got a lot going on because she just found out that her social security and food stamps and everything has been cut off, and she don't know what she gonna do as far as taking care of her kids, as far as trying to take care of Mikey. So she is stressed, but it's still like, girl, stop taking it out on Mikey. He ain't did nothing. So, it left off on him being like, I'm not getting in the car with you acting like this. So she ends up pulling back up. She was like, you the one that said you needed air. I just gave you some air. And he was like, yeah, okay, whatever. So now they're going back to his sister's house so that he can see his daughter. Chelsea is so annoying because she's talking about how she never dated anyone with kids and she don't want to deal with no baby mama drama. She said it like 5 times. Well, signed it like 5 times. She ain't never dated nobody with kids. She ain't never had a boyfriend with a child. She ain't never had a boyfriend with a child. She ain't never had a boyfriend with a child. She don't want to deal with no baby mama drama. And I'm like, don't you got like 3, 4 kids yourself? So for her to be so, I don't want to date somebody with a child, it was just super duper annoying. So we see his little girl. His little girl's name is Hadley, and she is the absolute sweetest. She is so excited to see her dad. She wrote him like a little Valentine's card, gave him some candy, and she just is so excited to see her dad. She ain't seen him in like 4 years. So he wanted Chelsea to come in, but she didn't want to come in because she just feels weird trying to be around people when she can't hear what's going on, and she don't want him to be left to have to keep sign language and everything to her. So she just kind of isolates herself. But after he spends some time with Hadley, he goes back outside to, Chelsea, I just really want you to come in. And he's feeling away like, why wouldn't she want to meet my kid? But she ends up coming on in and she is like super shy. She's just in there like, hey, and Hadley like immediately gets up and goes and gives her a hug, and you could just see like the stress like slowly melting away from Chelsea. It was just so cute. And he's like, you want to tell Chelsea what you've been learning? And the little girl has been learning sign language as well. And she was like, color your hair. She was like, oh, my hair color. Yeah, so they have a cute little moment. They laugh and everything. They're having a good little time. And so she's, in her confessional scenes or whatever, she's saying that like, she's always so worried about being around people because she's deaf and she can't hear. She wishes she had a little switch where she could turn it on and she can hear and not have to be worried about being around people and not knowing what's going on. But with Mikey knowing how to sign language and Hadley learning how to sign language, she feels so welcome. And she's like, you making my heart smile. That's what she said to Hadley. She's like, she makes my heart smile, making me happy or whatever. So that was a good little ending to that. Until Hadley's mom comes to pick her up, and he's like, okay, let me go talk to her for a minute. And she's like, I'm worried to leave him because I had an ex that cheated on me with their ex before, and yada, yada, yada. And it's just kind of like, girl, give it a rest already. So that's Chelsea and Mikey. Next we'll do Melissa and Louie. So they leave the dentist, and she is just basically like, dang, I didn't realize how much, the dentist and everything was, because I used to have a sister who dated the dentist, and I got like 3 root canals for free. He's like, oh, so you're saying I should bang the dentist so we could, get this work for free? She like, boy, stop playing with me. Don't play like that. Don't play like that, okay? Don't play like that. So he's like, we could have been in the room, banging it out before you left instead of being at the dentist or whatever, but you was all mad and stuff and yada, yada, yada. So she drops him off at home, and he's like, you gonna come in? She's like, no, I'm not going in. And Donna comes outside like, you're not gonna come in? You're not coming in, Melissa? She's like, H no, Donna, leave me alone, girl. I'm running late. You're always running late. Donna be cracking me up, but she is very annoying. But Melissa is very annoying, so they just really be going back and forth with an annoy off child. So she leaves. They hug and kiss it out, and she leaves, and he goes on in the house. So Donna fixed him some food or whatever, and he's telling her like, you need to be nicer to Melissa. You need to back off of Melissa. And she's like, no, she's mean to me. She's always cutting me off. This, that, and the third. She got a list of grievances with Melissa to not back up off of her. And so he ends up just kind of talking to his mom. He apologizes because he said he stole from her in the past, manipulated her, and just apologizing for everything he put her through. And they have this, this moment. They're hugging and crying, and they just have that moment that Donna really wants for them to have, basically every day. Though Donna want him to stay, she don't want him to go nowhere. But like Melissa said, if he stay there with Donna, he just gonna be, taken care of, and he not gonna mature, and all of this stuff like that. So he still has plans of going to Jersey whenever the time is right. So, I'm Team Louie on this, because Team Louie ain't did nothing wrong, and Melissa is crazy, just bat crazy. So, Team Louie. So, lastly, we see Joy Nomi and Red, y'all. Red, they getting back to the house. Joy is driving the car that she got for Red, and his mom is in the back seat. So they're all getting ready to go in the house, and he's like, nah, 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 you stay right here. I'm going to be right back. So he goes in to speak to his mom for a little bit, and she's, kind of being annoying. Like, you sure you want to move to New Mexico? And what about this? You sure you don't want to set up your life here? And what about this? What about this? And, oh, y'all finna go right now? You got to leave right now? I thought you would at least, settled a little bit and this, that, and third. And I'm like, girl, stop being annoying. This man ain't had sex with a woman in 10 years. You think he want to sit up and talk to you all day? Sorry, Mom. I'm sure he loves you down. But he about to go get something he ain't been able to get for 10 years. Okay? So, she gives him a phone, and they just kind of, like I said, talking about that, and she finally begrudgingly is like, all right. Because he ain't trying to live there with his mama, but he ain't moving yet, y'all. He just going to hang out with Joy for a little bit. And he gonna be back. He ain't moving yet. So they get to the hotel, and he like, ooh, the bar. I want to stop at the bar. And she like, you want to stop at the bar right now? Can't we come back down? And I'm with Joy, because they got all these bags, because they got all these bags, like trash bags and Walmart bags and stuff like that, with all his stuff thrown in it. He ain't got no suitcases. He just got out of jail. So they go to the bar, and he has a drink. He's like, Crown Royal with apple. She was like, yeah, that's my drink. That's my drink. That's what I like to drink. So they had their drink, and they kissing and everything. They getting warmed up at the bar, baby. So by the time they get on the elevator, he was like, y'all can go ahead and stop right there. We ain't doing all that extraness. He said as soon as he hit the door, he taking her down, which it sounds like they did. So they get in there, and they do what they do, and they was talking about it. I'm not going to get into all of that. I don't want to get into all of that. And y'all, not even trying to be funny and not even trying to be disrespectful, but Red has such a feminine, like, facial features. It's like, if somebody told me that there was a trans person on this show, and I hadn't watched this show, I would immediately think that it was Red. I'm not even trying to be funny. It's just like he got his mama's face for real. So that always cracks me up when his hair pulled back, because I'm like, you your mama's son. So they get it in or whatever, and then the next day she takes him to go. Oh wait, first, as they was getting ready, he was helping her flat iron her hair. I don't know why that made me laugh, but he was in there trying to flat iron her hair in the back, so that was funny. That was cute. So now she's taking him to get his hair done, and so they get to the loctician, and they kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, he just got it out. Oh, how long you been growing your hair, and how long you been doing this? Okay, cool. How long this gonna take? Oh, about two hours. Okay, I'll be back then. So Jernomi leaves, and as soon as she leaves, he FaceTimes a girl, and he's like, hey, bestie, what up, bestie? Do I look good? And she's like, yeah, you look good. But I guess I shouldn't say that since I'm just your bestie. And she's like, I want to see you. And he's like, yeah, you can see me, but I mean, I ain't going to have but a little bit of time, so we're going to have to make it do what it do. She's like, I make do. And he hangs up the phone, and the loctician's like, what the hell was that? That made me laugh so hard, because she like, hold up. How you got your girl bringing you in here getting your hair done? She been setting this appointment for you. I'm sure she gonna pay for it. But as soon as she leave out, you finna meet with somebody else. And so she like, boy, just be careful. Like, all right, if that's how you gonna be, ain't my business. But don't be getting me caught up in it. Don't be coming up in here having nobody fighting in my shop and all of this. Basically, is what the girl wanted to be like. So that was the end of that episode, y'all. Yeah. Yeah. I'm wondering how many more episodes. It can't be too many more episodes going on because they said Life After Lockup starts December 1st. So this probably just got like, what, two, three more episodes maybe before that one starts up. And depending on how these go, if I pick those up, and if Love and Marriage Huntsville is still going, because if that's still going, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do four shows. Because like I said, I'm definitely doing Potomac and Married to Medicine. Them my rules right there. So yeah, y'all, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let me know your thoughts and comments below. And that's it. I will see y'all tomorrow for Bravo Sundays. Bye.